Good afternoon, everyone. Goeiemiddag, Molweni, Wamkelekile. Welcome to this doctoral graduation ceremony of Stellenbosch University. Hartlik welkom aan elkeen van u by hierdie doktorale gradeplegtigheid van die Universiteit Stellenbosch. Vanweer die nasionale COVID-19 regulasies en die universiteit se gesondheids- en veiligheidsprotokolle sal hierdie geleentheid bietjie anders daar uitsien as gewoonlik. Due to COVID-19 regulations and our own protocols, this event by necessity has to be somewhat different from our regular ceremonies. Therefore, please take note of the following. All graduates and guests have been assigned unique seat numbers. Please don't change seats, as the seating record will be used in case of any potential contact tracing. Only the essential staff members required to constitute a congregation are present at this event. Thank you for understanding that we had to limit the number of guests that you could invite. Rest assured that this hall is thoroughly cleaned and disinfected before and after each ceremony. The wearing of a mask is mandatory for both graduates and their guests for the full duration of the ceremony, including when you cross the stage. Please maintain a safe distance of at least 1.5 meters from others at all times. No food may be brought into or consumed in this hall. Only water is permitted inside. Now, to the ceremony itself. We will not be singing the national anthem, as is our custom usually, but instead listen to an instrumental version of it directly after the procession has entered the hall. And when we get to the awarding of degrees, graduates will be called upon to cross the stage. But in order to comply with COVID-19 regulations, there won't unfortunately be any handshaking by the presiding officer or hooding by the registrar. Instead, please walk up to the presiding officer, exchange nods, and then turn around for your 15 seconds of fame. Photographs and acknowledgement by the audience. Ladies and gentlemen, you are welcome to take photographs, but please switch off the sound of your cell phone and also the flash. Come to think of it, please keep your cell phone on silent for the duration of the ceremony. At the conclusion, once the procession is left, we request that you exit the hall and the building swiftly so that cleaning and sanitizing can commence as soon as possible for tomorrow morning's ceremony. Kindly ensure that you take along any waste items such as water bottles, tissues, etc. when you exit the venue and dispose of these safely in bins outside. Please don't congregate in the foyer for your own photos and selfies. The official photographers have set up a designated area across the foyer. Graduates and your family and friends are welcome to make use of this service. Or you can exit the building and capture the moment outside with a beautiful Victoria Street as backdrop. You'll also find the recently launched Marty Shop on Wheels in front of the building where you can purchase SU-branded items to remind you of the successful academic journey you are completing today. Baie dankie vir die geduld met die talle aanwysings. Dames en here, dis egter ons almal se belang. I won't be much longer. In this time of COVID-19, we have hybrid graduation ceremonies. This is one of 9 small physical ceremonies for our doctoral graduates. All other degrees are being conferred during virtual faculty-based ceremonies that have been pre-recorded and scheduled for release. Please check the university's homepage for information about these when they go live, your own faculties. A piece of good news is that this ceremony can be followed via live streaming from anywhere in the world. In case you were not aware of this, you are welcome to share the following URL with family and friends. www.sun.ac.za/streaming. It's also on the screen there. Load shedding, although we've not had any indication that there would be, but it may interrupt internet connectivity and therefore also live streaming, but you will still be able to access a recording of the event from tomorrow on YouTube on the university's streaming page. But load shedding, if it occurs, will not end this ceremony itself. We have a generator on standby. If there is a power outage, please remain seated while we switch over to emergency power. You are welcome to share your graduation experiences on social media with the hashtag SUGrad. just remember to put your phone on silent. Dames en here, ons is nou bykans gereed om met die plegtigheid te begin. Ons vra dat u asseblief sal opstaan vir die akademiese prosesie en sal bly staan tot nadat ons die nasionale lied geluister het. Ladies and gentlemen, please rise for the academic procession and remain standing until we have listened to the national anthem. Thank you very much. Baie dankie en kosi kakulu.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Goedemiddag, dames en heren. Het is regtig 'n plesier om julle vanmiddag hier te hê. It's such a pleasure to see all of you here this afternoon. So, because of the pandemic, we will not sing the national anthem, but instead we will listen to an instrumental version. So ons begin die verrigtinge deur na 'n instrumentale weergawe van die Suid-Afrikaanse nasionale lied te luister. Baie dankie. Sit gerus. Please be seated. So hiermee verklaar ek hierdie kongregasie van die Universiteit Stellenbosch behoorlik geconstitueer. I hereby declare this congregation of Stellenbosch University duly constituted. So dames en here, aan die begin van hierdie grade plegtigheid is ons as akademiese gemeenskap, ouers, gades, familie en vriende diep dankbaar vir die voorreg om vandag hier te kan wees, om saam ons gradiandi se sukses te kan vier. Ons dink egter ook aan die lede van ons breë universiteitsgemeenskap wat in hierdie uitdagende tye oorlede is of persone aan die dood afgestaan het. So ek nooi uit daarop uit om net so te bly sit terwyl ons vir 'n gewyde oomblik stil gaan word, elkeen in ons eie ruimtes van verskillende godsdienstige en sekulêre lewensbeskouings. So at the beginning of this graduation ceremony, as we, as an academic community, parents, partners, family and friends, we're deeply grateful for the privilege to be here today to celebrate our graduate success, to celebrate your success. But we also think of members of our broad university community who have passed away or have lost loved ones this year during these most challenging times. And to this end, I invite you all to remain seated while we observe a devotional moment, granting each other the space to do so according to our various religious and secular perspectives. Dankie, thank you. Goedemiddag, good afternoon. Die tweede jaar van die pandemie, the second year of the pandemic. Difficult to even comprehend. Maar hartlik welkom by die derde van 9 fisiese grade plegtighede van die Universiteit Stellenbosch wat hierdie week plaasvind. Het is 'n klein intieme gehoor, so ek hoop werklik julle sal dit geniet. A hearty welcome to the third of 9 physical graduation ceremonies at Stellenbosch University that we've scheduled for this week. We also have online guests who have joined the proceedings via live streaming, and we trust that this will be a memorable experience for all of you in this very small, intimate gathering that we are having due to the pandemic. So in line with our policy of inclusive multilingualism, we will now listen to Professor Mawandi Dlali from our Department of African Languages, who has recorded words of welcome in isiXhosa.
Molweni manene na manenekazi. Siyanamkela kumsitho wothusuzidanga kule veki. Siyathemba ukuba olu suku luza kuba neenkumbulo ezintle kwabo baza kube bethweswa izidanga kwiintsapho zabo kunye nezihlobo ngokubanzi. Manene na manenekazi, sizama ngako konke isinako ukubiza amagama abantu ngendlela efanelekileyo. Ndiqinisekile uDean nesekela lakhe bebezama ngako konke okusemandleni ukuziqhelanisa noku, kodwa okuyinyani sinabo baza kube bethweswa izidanga, abasebenzi kunye neendwendwe ezivela kwindawo ngendawo ezahlukeneyo ezineelwimi ezahlukeneyo nezo zivela ngaphaya kwemida yaseMzantsi Afrika. Yiyo loo nto sicela ukuba nibe nenyameko kuba singakufumanisa kungumcelimngeni ukubiza amanye amagama kunye neefani. Enkosi.
Thank you, Professor Dlali. So before we get on with the main business of this ceremony, allow me a few short remarks. So as I said, the second year of the pandemic, tweede jaar van die pandemie. It's somewhat unreal to think that we've been in lockdown for now more than a year, and what a year it has been. It feels like both the longest and the shortest 365 days in living memory at the same time. Now, I'm a fan of the American, he's a folk philosopher in a sense. And he was a legendary catcher for the Yankees, New York Yankees baseball team, Yogi Berra, but he was known for saying some odd things, somewhat malapropisms. And so he said, asked him about the future, and he said, when you get to a fork in the road, take it. And in a sense, this is also what we've had this year, is what we've had to do with this past year, is things turn out best for the people who make the best out of the way things turn out. This is what it is, and this is what we did with it. But especially life this past year, I think you all and the university in general has really achieved great things. Want dankzij die buigsaamheid en die kundigheid van die US personeel en ons studente, het ons eintlik die COVID-19 pandemie besonder goed hanteer. Maar het was nogtans 'n koorddans, wat 'n pragtige Afrikaanse woord vir 'n high wire act or a very intricate balancing act, 'n koorddans. Ons moes die onstuimige waters van die pandemie bevaar en terselfdertyd ons oorhoofse doelwitte. Ons oorhoofse doelwitte en visie as 'n universiteit en wat is ons kern? Ons moes dit voor oë hou. En so, nou dat ons in die tweede jaar van hierdie pandemie is, konsentreer ons nie net meer daarop om die pandemie so goed as moontlik te besprei nie. Ons is gefokus op die post-pandemie scenario's. We are committed, we're moving forward, we're committed to reaching and striving for our vision in service of society and to promote the discovery of knowledge and the production of knowledge and how to produce research that's locally relevant, regionally impactful, but also very much globally competitive. So, but you are the stars of the show this afternoon. So, well done in these very difficult times for what you've done and what you've achieved. You got your doctoral degrees. You're actually part of a group of 269 PhDs that Stellenbosch University was able to grant in the academic year 2020, which is now coming to a close in March. And that really compares very well with our record numbers of around about 280. So die record is hier rondom 280, maar in hierdie bitter moeilike tye het julle bygedra om 269 PhD's aan die universiteit te verwerf. Harde werk, hard work. Did you enjoy every minute of it? No. Did you ever wonder why on earth did you embark on it? Maar hierso is julle, here you are. Wonderful, congratulations. The pinnacle of academic success. You've made it. And now it is, what are you going to do with it? Wat gaan julle daarmee maak? And this is what a wonderful opportunity, all these skills, knowledge, and networks that you've gained to really make the world a better place for everyone. And I think this is a nice quote from the Pulitzer Prize-winning journalist Nicholas Kristof, and it's specifically pertaining to arts and social sciences. So he said, quote, "Our world is enriched when coders dazzle us with smartphones and tablets. But by themselves, they are just slabs. It is the music, the essays, entertainment, and provocations that they access, spawned by the humanities that animate them and us." And among you, the graduates here with us today, you are those animators. You bring life to these slabs. So, as a university, we really wish you all the success for the future. So, dames en heren, ek gaan nou aan die kandidaate wat aan my voorgestel word, die onderskeie doktersgrade verleen. I will now confer on the candidates who have presented to me their respected doctoral degrees, the moment you've been waiting for. But not quite there yet, because I need to single out some very important role players in the candidate's academic journey. Can I ask all the supervisors to just get up, please, to stand up for a moment? So the pandemic has robbed the supervisors also of their moment of glory in the sun at a graduation ceremony, because normally they would read out a brief summary of their candidate's thesis and call them up to receive their degree. Hulle sal normaalweg voorgestaan het by die podium en gelees het, gedeklameer het in 'n opsomming van omtrent 50 woorde, 50 words, and then they would call you up. So, but we can't do that now. Time constraints prevent us from doing it. So, but I do want to pay tribute to the supervisors. How many of you, of the candidates, actually at one point during your journey wanted to do your supervisor physical harm? Okay, but really, thank you very much, supervisors. You can take your seat. So thank you so much. The yearbook lists 10 responsibilities of supervisors. But I think it really suffices to say that supervisors act as guides to the candidates throughout. And for that, you really deserve acknowledgement and our thanks as academic mentors and as you're professing what your expertise. So I'm now going to go over to the candidates. I'm going to ask the dean to introduce and call up these candidates before I confer the degree. But I want to say, remember, this is small, intimate. Not many of us here. This is your moment. You own the stage for that time that you walk across. I'm not going to shake hands with you. I'm going to sit down. I'm not going to cap you. We'll nod heads. And then you're going to turn around and you're going to face the audience and your loved ones. Dan gaan julle uitkyk hieroor en dan kan julle besluit, julle kan erkenning gee, maar julle kan ook 'n bietjie van 'n dans doen. You could do a bit of a shuffle, ululate, whatever. Just show that joy. You can't, so this is the third event. The best dance we got, believe it or not, was actually from agri-sciences. Ek moet sê, dit was moeilik om dit van 'n boer te glo, maar dit was nie sleg nie. So anyway, that's the challenge. So, Tony, Dean License, all yours.
Meneer die Vice-chancellor, ek versoek u om die graad dokter in die wysbegeerte in die fakulteit lettere en sosiale wetenskappe aan die kandidate wat ek aan u voorstel te verleen. Mr. Vice-chancellor, I request you to confer on the candidates whom I'll present to you the degree Doctor of Philosophy in the Faculty of Arts and Social Sciences. Visser Liebenberg, with dissertation, Artistic Experimentation through decolonial sound projects for clarinet, with supervision provided by Professor Stephanus Müller. Retabili Malibo, with dissertation investigating process drama as methodology to address sensitive curriculum content in secondary schools in Lesotho, with supervision provided by Dr. Marley Pretorius.
Well done, congratulations.
Lorna Hiles Morris, with dissertation, A Model for Comprehensive Electronic School Dictionary for South African Primary School Learners, with supervision provided by Professor Rufus Gous. Charlene Mouton, with dissertation, Performance Measurement of Policy Priorities, Tracking Government Performance, with supervision provided by Dr. Lauren Wilskert. And congratulations to Professor Mouton, the father, who's also in the audience. Angela Catherine Mullins, with dissertation, Future-Focused Music Education, developing 21st century competencies in a South African middle school music classroom, with supervision provided by Professor C.E. Lucia. Similo Ngwenya, with dissertation, Research Production and Research Collaboration in Zimbabwe, a bibliometric study in context, with supervision provided by Professor Nelius Bossoff.
Congratulations.
Thank you. Funzo Sidogi, with dissertation Unsettling Segregation, the Representation of Urbanization in Black Artists' Work from the 1920s to the 1990s, with supervision provided by Professor Lisa van Robroek.
Well done, well done.
Cleo, you may applaud. Cleo Beth Tron, with dissertation Appraising the Counterpoint, bifocal readings of literary landscapes in the American Renaissance and post-apartheid South Africa. Supervision provided by Professor Megan Jones. Meneer die vice-kanselier, ek versoek u om aan die kandidate wie se name ook aan u voorgelê is, maar wat nie hier teenwoordig is nie, die onderskeie grade in hulle afwesigheid te verleen. Mr. Vice-chancellor, I request you to confer the degrees on those candidates whose names have been presented to you, but who could not attend in their absence.
Ek verleen die onderskeie grade aan die kandidate in hulle afwesigheid. I confer the respective degrees on the candidates in their absence. Short and sweet. Dames en heren, ons het nou die toekenning van die grade afgehandel en namens die Universiteit Stellenbosch wil ek die almal wat vandag hier 'n kwalifikasie verwerf het, hartlik gelukwens met die bereiking van hierdie besondere mylpaal. What a wonderful achievement. Congratulations to all our new graduates. Wonderful. That's once again. I think we do have a new front runner in terms of celebrations. All right, so I'll take that forward. But congratulations to all of you. You are now automatically an alumnus of Stellenbosch University. You're also automatically a member of the convocation. But what that means is we really want to invite you to stay engaged with your alma mater. Come back and share your experiences with students still on their journey towards graduation. We would be so grateful if you could share some of your time and your talent with these young students. And also join one of our many alumni hubs, either here in South Africa or abroad. Dit sou wonderlik wees as julle sou betrokke wees by julle alma mater en kom gereeld terug en deel julle ervaring met studente wat nog op hierdie reis is, julle tyd en julle talent. Daar is tientalle alumni clubs wêreldwyd. En ek kan werklik getuig daarvan en soveel van my reise en on so many of my journeys where I speak to alumni, frankly, they're Marties all over. London, Edinburgh, Tokyo, Beijing, Hong Kong, San Francisco, Los Angeles, everywhere. Quite a large contingent in Addis Ababa. So, en waar ek ook vir hulle raakloop, kan ek nie anders as om beïndruk te wees met die bydrae wat hulle tot die samelewing lewer nie. They're loyal to the university, but they're very productive members of society, and they certainly contribute significantly. So, I invite you to sign up on martiesconnect.com. I think that's very useful to stay connected to your friends, to find the latest job postings, mentors, and networking opportunities, martiesconnect.com. So, but before I close, I really want to congratulate parents, spouses, and family with the achievement of your family member, spouse, or friend. Because I think, as you know, and all of you know, is that this wasn't easy. It went hand in hand with many years of sacrifice, not only financial sacrifice, but also mental, physical sacrifice and commitment, because the journey to a PhD is a marathon. But we trust that the reason for you being here and your achievement, that this has made it all worthwhile. And I think it will be very appropriate for our graduates to acknowledge their support with a hearty round of applause. Thanks to all of you. So, dames en heren, ons nou die einde van die verrigtinge bereik en ek verklaar hierdie kongregasie van die Universiteit Stellenbosch is beëindig. Ek versoek u om op te staan en te bly staan totdat die akademiese prosesie die saal verlaat het. We have now come to the end of the proceedings, and I hereby declare this meeting of the congregation of Stellenbosch University closed. Would you please rise and remain standing while the academic procession leaves the hall? Thank you very much.